Peter Appleyard was a wonderful father. He was a kind, gentle, thoughtful, sweet father with a heart of gold. And he always made me laugh. He made my childhood so exciting and special, and he made me feel so loved. He used to take me to the studios where he did jingles and to the Brunswick House where he recorded his live TV show. His vibes were always set up in the living room, and when I'd walk into the house, the music would be blasting. And I mean blasting. And he'd be playing along to it. He made every special occasion more than special and went to great lengths to hire clowns and ponies and magicians for my birthday parties when I was a kid. I feel very blessed to have had Peter Appleyard for my dad.
Peter Appleyard. I had the pleasure once of playing with him at Much Music. Actually, I played with him many times, but at Much Music, one time he came up and he said, "You know, I played with Benny Goodman at Carnegie Hall. I played with Dick Hyman in Japan just last week, and now I'm playing Theme from Love Boat with James B. on Much Music. Nobody can say my life is dull." The thing I loved about that is it sounds like a dig, but he actually said it with such kindness. He was actually excited to be playing on Much Music. He was so cool, and I'll always love him. Peter Appleyard, wish I could be there to celebrate that great man.
Next stop, Jarvis Street.
We are lost in a world. We are lost like the gentle rain.
above that shines so bright. The mystery of his face. Oh, this is so exciting. You are so inviting. Rest here in my arms while I thrill to the magic charms of you. Beside me here beneath the blue, our dream of love is coming true. Michael Davidson. Coming true within our desert caravan. You ain't been blue, no, no, no. You as anyone that's blue can be. When I get that mood indigo, I could lay me down and cry. Sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be made once and tossed it aside. I paid for it with hours of loneliness. I've nothing to hide. I'd bury my pride for just. I said that I was glad to start out, but now I'm back to cry. Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seams of anyone's dreams. It goes round.
You might have heard some rumors that I might be walking around with some other guy, but don't believe a word that they say. I sit in my chair, filled with despair. There's no one can be so sad, with gloom everywhere. There's no one can be so bad in my solitude.
And for the reason that we're here tonight, Susie, is your dad. And he was such an inspiration, such an incredibly talented man. And not only that, he was a showman. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel. But until then, I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'll take a chance of riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. Gonna live, 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 live till I die. Devil till I'm an angel, but until then, oh, hallelujah, gonna dance, I'm gonna fly, I'll take a chance riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup, gonna live, live, live till I And I thank Oliver Vardis and his beautiful wife, Eva. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
The stars were like an alabaster palace. Suddenly you held me tight. I could see the midnight sun.
Dos gardenias para ti, con ellas quiero decir, te quiero, te adoro, mi vida. Ponlas toda tu atención. Spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. And it's torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. If you see them anywhere, Skylark, well, I don't know if you can find these things, but my
would love to bring up a dear friend of mine and someone who would love to speak to you about her dear dad, my close friend, Susie Appleyard. Come on, Susie.
Wow, what a great night. What a fantastic night. I knew this was going to be great, but I didn't expect it to be over the top, fabulously great. Just fantastic. You singers and musicians have brought me so much joy. You have no idea. My heart is very full right now. It's very full with all this beautiful music, the stories, and the laughter. It's been 5 years since my dad left us. July 17th, 5 years ago. And in 10 days, on August 26th, he would have been 90. So the timing of this night has been very, very fitting. And it hasn't been easy for me. I've only been able to listen to see live music again very recently. It's been very difficult for me. And tonight, I mean, like, Michael, like, wow. Yeah. Your style is so much like my dad's, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I hope you don't mind, but I have something that I wrote that I'd like to share a couple of stories about my dad, and I hope you don't mind if I have it written down. Peter Appleyard was a wonderful father. He was kind, gentle. He was a kind thought. Sorry, I need my glasses. Peter Appleyard was a wonderful father. He was a kind, gentle, thoughtful, sweet father with a heart of gold. And he always made me laugh. He made my childhood so exciting and special, and he made me feel so loved. He used to take me to the studios where he did jingles and to the Brunswick House where he recorded his live TV show. His vibes were always set up in the living room, and when I'd walk into the house, the music would be blasting. And I mean blasting. And he'd be playing along to it. He made every special occasion more than special and went to great lengths to hire clowns and ponies and magicians for my birthday parties when I was a kid. I feel very blessed to have had Peter Appleyard for my dad. He taught me how to ride and jump horses, and Dad and I went on to ride together for years, often on long rides, even in the heat of summer and in the snowy, cold winters. That was one of the many special things that Dad and I shared together. My dad was so brave. I once actually saw him climb into a horse trailer. A horse had somehow fallen and was unable to get up, and my dad crawled into the horse trailer to help straighten the horse's legs out so the horse could stand up again. And I said to my dad recently before he died, weren't you scared? And he said, no, I did that on several occasions, he said. I had to help the horse. That's the kind of guy my dad was. The last thing Dad said to me before he died was, didn't we have fun with the horses, Suze? Even though I saw him perform thousands of times throughout my life, I never stopped being in awe of his talent. He was not only born to entertain the world by playing the vibes, but also to entertain us all with his quick-witted sense of humor. I had heard him tell the same jokes many times, but I always laughed because he told them in such a way that it made it feel like the first time I'd ever heard them. His timing was impeccable. He captivated audiences around the world, as well as me, when he was behind his vibes. His talent was God-given. When Dad died, a CBC anchorman said, God must have wanted to learn how to play the vibes because he called Peter Appleyard home today. I have some funny memories of my dad's comments when I was dating. One was when I called the farm to tell Dad that I was dating a man, and I said, Dad, this guy is so handsome. He looks just like Mel Gibson. Dad said, hold on, sweetheart. And then he called out to his partner at the time, guess what? Susie's dating a guy that looks just like Mel Lastman. When I was dating a man for several years, Dad had invited us to the farm for a barbecue. We arrived at the door, and the door was locked. We knocked, and when Dad opened the door, he said, hey, what are you two doing here? I said, Dad, you invited us up here for a barbecue. Dad said to my boyfriend at the time, who was a great drummer, well, it's a good thing you're here. I forgot I had a gig tonight, and I don't have a drummer. Can you do it, Bobby? Dad could be very forgetful, as those of us who knew him remember. It was so funny. Dad lent Bobby one of his tuxedos, and off we went to the gig. No barbecue that night. When a famous movie star by the name of Burt Reynolds came to see Dad at the Montreal Bistro, Dad introduced us. We had a great conversation, and then we had our picture taken together. Bert left as Dad was starting the next set. Dad said from the stage, "Where's my daughter?" I waved from the table, but Dad didn't see me. He then said in a very concerned voice, "Susie, where are you?" I called out, "I'm right here, Dad." And Dad said, "Oh, good. I wasn't quite ready to have Burt Reynolds call me Dad." And then he laughed and counted the band in. You guys were probably there that night.
Yes.
And Terry, right? Yeah.
Exactly what he said.
Right? I have so many memories of my wonderful, sweet dad. I miss him every day. 5 years later, I still receive messages from fans and friends of his, and it's very comforting to me that people still think of him and take the time to write me. Tonight was the first time that I've been to a concert where there's been a vibraphone player. And at first I felt a pang of sadness because I obviously knew that, it wouldn't be my dad behind those vibes. But hearing this incredible vibraphonist, Michael Davidson, has really given me so much comfort. Thank you. Thank you so much. It really uplifted me. It really did. Because growing up with this instrument, waking up in the morning, hearing it, hearing it all the time and going to all these gigs and concerts throughout the years and then not hearing it for 5 years, because it was so painful to lose my dad. I was so heartbroken and devastated. Hearing the music, especially the vibes, just, wasn't able to do it. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. This whole evening meant so very much to me. I want to thank Oliver for his very hard work in organizing this wonderful tribute to my dad, as well as to Bruce Cassidy, this wonderful musician and musical director. All of the musicians and the singers on this stage tonight have been absolutely stellar. Thank you all. I'm sure my dad was looking down with that huge, famous smile of his. Dad loved a great party, and what a party this has been. I also want to thank two of the members of Dad's A-Team, John Sherwood. I do know you. John Sherwood and Terry Clark. Terry Clark and John Sherwood, who were like family to my dad, and he loved you very much. And I know you loved him too. Thank you, Terry and John, from the bottom of my heart, as well as Dave Young and Reg Swager, who are unable to be here tonight, for your years of not only playing with my dad, but for your true friendship, and I know you miss him dearly. I have also really enjoyed getting to know some of you tonight and talking to you. It's been a real pleasure. Just wanted to read a few lines of this article. This man named Hugh Fraser wrote this article about my dad some years ago. There's nothing quite like moments like these. This is when the language of music is spoken with a fluency and grace unmatched anywhere else in music, and my respect and wonder at the art of jazz deepens profoundly each time I witness this kind of artistry. Appleyard was a delight to watch and listen to. The act of creation is so transparent. You can read his thoughts in every hesitation, every delighted smile as a great idea occurs to him and it gets laid down with gusto on the vibes. End quote. Dad treated each person that came across his path equally. He treated the guy at the Rockwood gas station with the same respect that he would give Frank Sinatra or his A-team of musicians or a stranger or a fan he encountered. Dad made people feel at ease. He made people feel good about themselves. He wished the best for everyone. I was also asked tonight to read a note from Carol McCartney, who was one of Dad's regular singers, who couldn't be here tonight. And she said that if she could have been here tonight and if she had been in town, that she probably wouldn't have been able to make it through a song because her voice would probably break, she said. I had the supreme pleasure to work with Peter for 30 years. I met him early in my career, and he became a kind of musical father to me. He mentored me and provided me with great many opportunities, from playing with royalty to introducing me to the very best musicians in Toronto, some of whom are on this stage tonight. But he became more than my band leader. He became a friend, a constant in my life, who I knew I would see again and again. And I thought that would go on forever. I used to marvel at how, through the excellence of his music and his wonderful ability to tell a story or a joke, he would have the audience in the palm of his hands by the third song. He never failed. It's no wonder he became such a phenomenon both here in Canada and abroad. Peter loved life. He loved the simple things, his family, his music, and his farm. The charming Englishman we all saw on stage was the same fellow I was lucky enough to chat with backstage. I will continue to very much miss my mentor and friend, both personally and professionally. Sincerely, Carol McCartney. I will end by saying what Dad said at the end of every show. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Keep swinging and have a great life.
Thank you, everyone. I don't think we can say any more than that. Bless all of you for being here. Oliver, Eva, thank you so much. Oh, can all the singers who are here with us come up for just a moment before we say goodnight? All of you lovely gals, come up here, all you beauties. All right.